What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for tuning in to another video of one tool a week, guys. If you're new to the channel, we take a look at tools every week. So if you love tools, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So what is it that we're going to be taking a look at this week? Well, if you ask me, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that been subscribing and commenting in the links below. We just did our 1,500 subscriber giveaway, which was the Lift Hard hat, full brim white. So of course, guys, as y'all know, once we reach 2,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a Vito Pro Pack backpack. So the way to win is to be commenting, subscribing, and of course just being interactive and being sticking out from everybody else, guys. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this video. What is it that we're going to be taking a look at this week? Well, if you ask me, there is always a need to stay straight, keep straight lines. Everything needs to be squared up and just looking nice if you're in the trades. So we're going to be taking a look at, like this, baby, framing squares right here. So of course, this is your typical regular framing square that everybody has. It's going to be metal, made out of metal, and of course it's going to be the Stanley 45-500 square steel framing square. Now of course, guys, we're not going to be taking a look at this baby right here. Let me go ahead and move this to the side, but we are going to be taking a look at the Milwaukee MLSQ024 16-inch by 24-inch framing square. Take a look at this baby right here, which, if you all don't know, Milwaukee bought out Empire, so of course that's why there's a lot of squares coming out, levels, and all that kinds of stuff. So let me go ahead and peel this sticker off real quick, that way we can take a look at everything, and I'll go ahead and just stick it right there. So of course, guys, this is going to be the Milwaukee framing square. Now, if you don't know what a framing square is, it's meant for framing as far as wood, whatever the case is. But in our trade, if you're a welder, pipe fitter, plumber, HVAC guys, we're going to be easy to making straight lines. And of course, you're always going to have nice and straight lines right here. So for all you that don't know, this is going to be the Milwaukee. Like I said, it's going to be made in the USA, as you can see, for all you that only buy US made products. And of course, it's going to be made out of aluminum. So of course, it's going to be a tad bit lighter than your regular steel framing square. But other than that, it's going to be the same measurements as far as 16 by 24 inch framing square. Now, for all you that don't know, there's two parts to it. You're going to have your tongue right here, and then you're going to have your body or your blade. Now, the way you recognize two sides, also you're gonna have a front and a back, and you could always tell which one's your front and your back when your blade or your body's on your left hand and your tongue is going to be on your right hand. So if you go ahead and flip it over to the other side, now you're gonna have the back side. As you could tell, the body's going to be to the right side and the tongue's gonna be on your left side. So let's go ahead and flip it back over to the front side. Now, another neat thing about the Milwaukee framing square is going to be that it is going to be an 1/8 inch of a thick. So as you could see right there, let me grab the metal one. It's going to be a tad bit thicker. That way your pencil doesn't stick out. But for you welders that use it, as you could see right there, just a tad bit thicker. That way your pencil, your marker, whatever the case is, isn't going to pop off. And also you're going to have some nice notches right here. Now these notches are going to be scribing notches, as you can see right there. So you can put your pencils inside right here, and you're going to be able to make some straight lines coming down, and you could stick along the 2x4s, the baseboard, whatever the case you're trying to keep straight. Now, of course, the tongue by itself right here is going to be 16 inches long, and the reason for it to be being 16 inches is whenever you're framing, you're going to stay center to center to each stud 16 inches, so it's going to be a tad bit faster. Now also, a neat thing about the tongue right here, it's going to be 1.5 inches thick right here. So that 1.5 inches, let me go ahead and grab this puppies right here, flip this baby over here. And of course, we had the fat boy right here that we've been using, and we took a look at the video. So the cool thing about it is you're going to be able to stay square to it. So wherever you're at, you're going to be able to make some lines. So let's say we're right here, we go ahead and make some 2 lines and you're gonna go ahead and grab your 2x4 wherever it's gonna be at, and you're gonna be right inside of that line, as you can tell right there. So that's gonna be the width. Now if you go ahead and add a on the body, it's gonna be 2 inches long right here. Let's go ahead and make it square real quick for y'all. And sorry guys, a little tricky. Go ahead and come over here and we line it up, and we're gonna make another line right there. You're gonna have 2 inches added, which is gonna be your 4x4s, and that way you stay center inside your 4x4s right there. So that's gonna be a neat thing. And another thing, if you didn't know, 2x4s are not really 2x4s, they're actually 1.5 by 3 inches. So that's a little neat fact for y'all to take in. Now of course the body's going to be 24 inches long, and of course, like I said, it's going to be 2 inches wide. And right here, your numbers, you're going to have 1 inch, that way you could be in center of the studs. And of course on this side, you're going to have 3/4, which is half of 1.5 inch, which you're going to be center of the stud. So like I said, it's going to be nice and aluminum, guys. And of course I already told you about the body and face. So for a bunch of you that don't know, you're gonna have multiple numbers on the inside. So on this one, you're gonna have 12ths counted, and on the bottom over here, you're gonna have 16ths, and on the left corner, you're gonna have 10ths. Depending on what your scale's reading and what you need on your engineer's plans or whatever it's gonna be reading, you got your 8ths over here, 16ths, 8ths, and also 16s. Now these babies work great to make stairs for all you welders. Also, if you're making staircases or whatever the case is, you could get your run and your rise piece, that way you could be up to engineer specs. So another thing that you'll be using, like I said, either you're doing layouts or popping lines, whatever the case is, you could get your fitting measurements from end to end, center to centers, and make straight lines and keep it straight, as long as you have your dots or your walls are squared up. And if you don't know how to make it squared up, well, you can make right triangles and keep anything squared. So also for you welders, whenever you're welding a 90, you could go ahead and put it on one of the sides, stick it out a little bit, and make sure your run piece is going to be straight. If you're measuring off from the pipe in each side, make sure each measurement's going to be on point. So like I said, guys, it's going to have the nice scribing notches on the side, and also you're going to have angle findings on the back right here. So let's say you need to make a 45s, you need to make 60 degrees, you need to make 30, and also 22 by 5 degrees. Now all these numbers over here is going to be for the framers. Of course, the framers who know how to make their pitch, roof pitches on top, and also you're going to have your rafter numbers and etc, also other numbers right here. So of course, guys, this is going to be a really great tool to have, especially if you're doing layouts or your plumbing. If you're doing HVAC, you're running lines, you're trying to get your unit up in the air, make it fit, whatever the case is, you could always do the layouts and make sure it's going to fit center to center or edge to edge, whatever the case is. Draw your lines out. So of course, guys, hope y'all learned something new today, and as always, thanks for watching. One tool a week, guy.